Welcome to Kansas Speedway in the Four Corners Racing League, sponsored by Under Pressure Power Washing Services, located in San Antonio, Texas. Drivers are currently doing their qualifying right now. I'll pull up some track info, though. Really, it's going to be a question of who's going to have the guts to go up in that high line. Some guys will want to, some guys won't. It's really how close you want to push it. You don't want to be running up there for too long, though, because if you do that, it will end up pretty bad for you. Burns up that right rear a lot, but there is a lot of speed up there, and if you do it correctly, you get a massive run off that top line, and it's a huge shot down the straight. You just do not want to be there for the whole entire time, because it will end up not so good, not so well for you. You'll find out the hard way that your right rear is not going to like you pretty much. After about 20-ish laps of doing it, it'll be kind of gone, and then you can't steer anymore because you're going sideways half the time. But I will pull up the starting grid here now. Guys just got done with their qualifying. So first is Walker Thomas, second Brendan Kohler, 13th Joseph Grijalva, 4th Nick Olson, 5th Roberto Ramirez, 6th Colin Fern, 7th Jordan Weaver, 8th Zach Lindgren, 9th Brian Jones, 10th Chris Worrell, 11th Jared Wishin, 12th Daniel Ingram, 13th James McKeith, 14th Brad Peters, 15th Aiden Kirker, 16th Gavin Hibbs, 17th Marcus Adams, 18th J.R. Houston, 19th Brandon Half, 20th David Childhouse, 21st Dylan Holland, 22nd Michael A. Anthony, 23rd Stan Carnathan, 24th Keith Smalley, 25th Caden Henry Oaks, 26th John Creighton, 27th John Bioger, oops, I got that right, 28th Nathan Yarnell, 29th Jeremy Brown, 30th Ryan Hines, and that is all the drivers here today. Started to mess up there towards the end, but I was luckily not stumbling over myself completely there. That is a massive logo. Let me resize that. I did not realize how big that thing was. That is huge. Good Lord. Takes up about half the screen, I'd say. Let's do this here. Here we go. Okay, that's going to be a little bit smaller. I'm sorry about that. That was absolutely huge on that. I did not expect it to be that big. But we've got that fixed now, so we shouldn't be having really any more issues. I will update these guys' trading paints when they all grid. Have to wait for everybody to grid so their cars show up as a driver being in it. 130 laps, so fuel-wise, possibly... think about this. Let me look at their fuel loadout here very quickly. They've got... Didn't say here. I think it might be 100% fuel, though, I believe. Let me check. Yes, it is... it's 100% fuel. So... yeah, you can get about 70 laps. 70... well, pushing... 70's pushing it. You can get about 60 to 70 laps on that. That's still being... courteous to it, though, so maybe a little bit less. Do want to see who's going to be the first guy to hop up in that top line, though. It's going to be a big question for me. You can do it, like I said, but it's kind of a little iffy if you want to go up too far. It'll be pretty interesting to watch these guys, though. This car should pull off here. Walker Thomas leading into Brendan Kohler on the outside. He has now disappeared. He should be back. There he is, as he almost gets rear-ended by Nick Olson. Green flag is in the air. We are underway here from Kansas. You see, using up all the track. Literally, that whole track was filled. You could not... I mean, you could fit another car, but that'd be very... You be pushing it there, that's for sure. Joseph looks like he bobbles off that corner. They're going to be 4 wide here, and it's only lap 2. Throw caution into the wind, as we got some guys facing maneuvers back here. Somebody didn't get off the corner very well. You'd think it's the last lap here, as we got the 42. Looks like he's around. Might be the 42, I believe that is on the bottom, but he saves it, keeps it going. That's the Toyota Camry, so that is, looks like, that's JR Houston, I'm sorry. Was around, I don't know why I thought that was the 42. But this looks like the last lap. This is not lap 3 of a race, typically. But if you can go somewhere, you're going to go. Walker's probably seeing this right now. He's probably like, I don't want to be back there with this. These guys are going kind of a little bit too insane. Too insane for me. I'm going to get taken out, maybe, possibly. Let's not do that. So we're going to go side by side. I think Brendan will probably get this position. He'll drive it in a little bit deeper than Walker here. Slide up in front of him. Yep, slide job. We pulled there. Crossover, though, from Walker. So trying to make no contact. There he gets close as he can. Walker comes up right in front of Brendan. As soon as he was able to merge, he did it. That's for dang sure. These guys are just, I mean, they are going at it. You would think that this is, oh my gosh, they're 3 wide here. That's Kirker in the middle. Or that's Jones in the middle. Actually, they're about to squeeze each other and wreck each other here in a second. Kirker's up top, Jones in the middle, Ramirez on the bottom. Oh no, that 42 got tight. That's who I was thinking of. It's 42 right there. Joseph has dropped like a rock here. He's back to 13th. He started third. He's back 10 positions already, and it's only 5 laps into the race. I mean, say he's probably not pushing super hard either. I would not blame him either. So we have Brendan and Walker kind of just separating themselves from the rest of the pack back there, as they're doing God knows what with each other. Almost swapping paint, pretty much. Want to be running that Highline for too long, but you just get such a good run. You got to go up there every now and then. You got to get around a guy. Take that top line. Otherwise, stay on the bottom and kind of cook those tires off to make sure they're a little bit tighter, or to make sure your car is a little bit tighter. Ryan Hyatt, I believe, he's RC. As he actually, he joined as a, what in the world is that? That's a F1, or that's a Formula car. Look at the logos for the guys that joined, the car manufacturer. I think that's, who that is that makes that car. David Shildhouse, Weaver, wishing in front of him, running that high line. We got a kind of a mix. Kirker's on the bottom, going to do a slide job on Weaver. Weaver's going to cross him over. Instead, he's going to try to get the inside pass here, but I think Kirker's going to be able to get such a good run on the outside. He's not really going to be able to do much with it. He pulls up side by side with him. He's going to get kind of left in the dust here because Kirker has a huge run off the top, though, and it's a massive run. Dan Carnathan back here. These guys must have had something happen early on in the race because they're not really near each other or near the pack at all. Oh, he said, oh, that's not what you want to do there. Weaver got the wall a little bit. It's going to be fine. I don't think it's going to hurt him too much. See how close he is to the wall, though, right here. So he's already got a little bit of a stripe there. Not going to hurt him at all. Let's see, do we have anybody else really ripping the wall? We do. The 8's kind of up there. Michael Anthony, not too far up against the wall, though. Ah, they're 3 wide again. Thought they were 3 wide again for a minute. That was around Houston. He's around Fern and Brown. This is all the way back in 21st, keep in mind. These guys are that fanned out back here. Up front, Walker and Brendan have been going at it pretty much. I think Brendan's probably realized I don't need to go up there and be right behind him exactly. I can kind of be a little bit more cautious. I wouldn't be absolutely cooking my stuff off either. I mean, it's so early in the race. You can go try some things, but I wouldn't be pushing it too hard. These guys are just fanned out. I mean, you got guys running middle, or you got guys low, middle, high, middle, low. Everybody's everywhere. Wherever the car feels best, that's where they are. Big little group back here. The 991, 8, 71 at the bottom. So far, lap time fall off is about 5/10 throughout the whole field. I think Joseph's now, no, he's still where he was when he fell back, so he's not really moved up at all. Oh, there we go. That's what's going to happen. That car's going to get tight. That 9's wobbling around. He saves it, though. McKee keeps it up under him. That's what's going to happen. You're going to get tight off the exit, and then once you hit the wall once, you might be fine, but if you hit it a certain way, that car just wants to get really, really, really tight and doesn't want to turn. And that's a fun thing to deal with from that point on, as I'm joking about that, as that 9 is extremely loose. You may want to go to the bottom for a little bit, because he is about to have that car whip around on him in a minute. Everybody's starting to now kind of fall in line. Everybody's really getting super aggressive with each other. And we still have passes going on pretty much all around the track. Don't get me wrong, but they're not. The 42 put himself in the wall. As the 95 is down on the apron. What's happening here? Still under power. If he leaves, he might have something else happen in real life. He pulled off, and he's got really no damage on the car. Doesn't have a meatball flag. Not sure what's happening with him. We'll see if he leaves the session. Four tires go. Yep, so it looks like he's probably left his rig. He ends up coming back. I was curious what was happening. I was like, why is he down pit road this early? I thought he originally hit the wall and was going down pit road because he was so low on the track, but I was wrong about that. Very wrong about that. '42's been kind of moving up here. Biggest mover, though, is actually Caden Henry Oaks. Up 12 positions, currently sitting 13th. Next biggest mover is Jeremy Brown, 12 positions. And you see, yeah, everybody started to migrate to that top line. See if who's running that bottom still. Yeah, this is what I thought they'd end up doing. Start going towards the high line once they get their tires heated up. Joseph, we got guys doing a little bit of a split decision here. Really so. Somebody about just blew the corner away. That white car was a 66. Creighton almost just killed somebody. He got in there really, really deep, and the car shot up the track. Did not want to turn for him at all. Tried to tap the brake to get it to turn for him. Oh, he's in the wall. That's not what you want to do there. It's not really going to hurt him very much, though, but he's pushing it, trying to get as much as he can up there on the high line. Sometimes the closer you get to the wall, the better it is a little bit. Make it 4. They're about to make it 4 wide here in a minute. These guys are just going at it. There's been no dry run of side-by-side racing, that's for sure. It's almost every single lap they're side-by-side with each other, it seems. That front, Walker's, he's actually stretched this out a lot. What happened to Kohler here? Kohler's dropped a lot of positions too, but Walker, he's just literally setting sail at this point. Good Lord, that man is booking it. That's interesting. Ooh, Lord. What I'm looking at right there for a little bit was some onboard. We got guys shifting. Walker's one of the guys that's doing it also. He's shifting into 5th, the very end of the straight, but he's having a downshift immediately right back to 4th. But going back into 4th gear is letting him get a lot of torque off the corner, and he's just shifting back again once he needs to. So it's able to put a lot of power down coming off of it. Did not think they'd be shifting here. I'm used to running the A open stuff where it's 5th gear the whole way through. .45 has a nice paint scheme. We'll give him that. Sorry, that's not the 45. That is the 15 has a nice paint scheme. This guy's, I mean, Walker's, he's just gone. These guys can't even really catch him, even shoving each other, because this is a draft-heavy track, too, is one big thing. You wouldn't think it is, but it surprisingly is. You line up behind somebody, you get a huge run. If you duck out and can't get past them, that side draft is not too pleasant to deal with. It's very, very hard. Side draft these cars in general is vicious. Caden burned off his right rear. He was up 13. Now he's moved back. He's still up 6, but I think that right rear is probably not happy with him. Let's see if it is. Yep, that right rear is not happy with him right there. It just slid out. Right rear is kind of gone for him. He's got to probably run that bottom line to get it heated up a little bit more. Got to get in there really deep to do that, too. Lindgren just tags the wall. He's got Schildhouse right behind him. Schildhouse is just going to lurk right around him. I'm try to get something on the bottom. Lindgren almost put himself on the wall there. I think Schildhouse, if he wanted to, could slide up. Might try to get 2 for 1, though. He's going to slide in behind Kirker. Wishing and Olsen will go side by side. Wishing's going to get in there a little bit deeper, but Olsen's going to run that high line, try to roll it. He'll lose that position, however. I don't know how we don't have guys absolutely just cleaning themselves off the corner yet. Right around now is when that handling on that car is going to go away. Nathan said we got to front view each car and cycle through the field. Yeah, we can do that, Nathan. I didn't realize that there. We'll do that before they start doing their pit stops. These guys are about to be 3 wide here. It's JR, Weaver, and the 9 of McKee. Sort that out, though. We'll do that view here so you can get a look at their paint scheme. It'll be a little bit quieter because I changed camera views and it's got everything adjusted for that. Let me get to that camera. It's going to go a little bit quiet here because of that. Let me get from that rear view here. That's running the wall. This is very, very quiet. Oh, there. That's not what you want to see. Another grip paint scheme. I keep noticing that around here all the time. That's just a black car. No sponsors on it. Grizzly Wintergreen. What has happened to Weaver? Weaver's been dropping a lot of positions here. Almost the whole field here. I'm almost done. That's how quiet this dang thing was. Good lord. Alf, I think he's just kind of in no man's land right now. He needs to get around somebody. Yeah, but that there was the whole field. Very quiet camera views. One thing I did notice, though, Brendan and Brad are down for pit stops here. It's going to be 4 tires, fuel, drop of the jack, you go. Brad actually has a much longer stop than what he needed to there, maybe. Nope, it's actually shorter than Brendan's. It's 4 tires, full of fuel, though, so maybe 42. So one more pit stop at lap 80, then they can probably make it to the end, if I had to guess for them. It's being courteous, though. That's them also pitting early. They could be doing a little bit of a strategy call here. Sometimes you don't know what drivers are doing. They're playing a mind game with you. Walker, he's a fetch sale. He's not worrying about anybody behind him because he's so far ahead at this point. I wouldn't be worrying about them either. Let's get some more action. Looks like the action pretty much thought the field's kind of calmed down now. This is when who saved their tires is going to show. Biggest mover is actually Jeremy Brown now. Nope, actually, sorry, wrong. Biggest mover is David Schildhouse, up 17 positions from where he started, so he qualified in the 20th position. I actually don't think he ran a qualifying lap, though. I don't think he did. No, we'll find out eventually. I'm pretty sure he didn't, though. I mean, I would have qualified, but at the same time, I get why he didn't, also. Walker Thomas is now down pit road, so this is probably going to start the pit cycle here. So, yeah, it looks like E50... he's pretty much going to be good to the end here. Sorry, good to his next pit stop. Yeah, he'll have one more pit stop for sure. Everybody else, one pit stop also, but I know he's going to be able to make it. He'll be on the very edge of it probably because he's running by himself. I don't think he's going to be too in front of everybody. That's what I'm trying to say. So Walker's going to have to go through this. So the lead will go to Wishin now. JR, yep, this is pit stops. Here they come. JR's down. Aiden's down. Aiden got all he could getting on pit road. He about rear-ended JR there for a second. JR probably was a little bit nervous. Not want to get plowed through. See anybody else going to come down? Creighton's down. So how long do these guys over here stay out? You wouldn't want to stay out too long, but you can afford to stay out because that tire advantage is going to be pretty big. Tire fall off really isn't that much. It's what I thought it would be. I mean, it's about a second and a half, but they've ran about 50 laps on these tires. So that's kind of expected to see them wear off like that. Let's see, JR Kirker's going to merge here. Oh, Lord, here we go. So this is fresh tires coming through on Kohler. These guys, he kind of runs over somebody here if he's not careful. Kohler, yeah, he does have fresh tires, fresher tires than the guys in front of him. Not the freshest, but about 40 tires compared to everybody else who hasn't pitted in front of him. So he's going to be flying through the field. Walker's managed to get himself unlapped as Walker's just so far ahead of everybody else. Who else comes down pit road? This is when stuff can go bad. This is when stuff can go from 0 to 100 real quick. I think the 31's trying to get to the bottom. I believe he is. How low he is. Somebody just, I believe it was Joseph. Yep, Joseph and Lingering just went down pit road there. Just to following in suit of everybody else pretty much. Who else is going to be the person to go down pit road here? Honestly, if I were half these guys, I'd just run it dry. I'd run my tank as long as it could. And that amount of fuel you had, and once it starts to sputter, once you have a lap left, come in. That's what I would do. That's what I like to do all the time, though. I like to run that tank pretty dry most of the time. Who else will come down here in a minute? That's what I want to figure out. Oh, Brian pitted, so did JR. Yes, these guys back here all pitted. We're going to look at Lingering. Lingering pitted on lap 50, so he's going to have a lot fresher tires. He's going to flying up here. That's until he gets to the guys that have newer tires. And he's going to kind of slow down a little bit, possibly. Probably, or possibly. Look at some guys going right by him here. He's got pretty much no help below him at all. Sorry, I did not mean to do that. This does not want to get out of this mode, so I'm trying to learn how to get this out of it. Because evidently there's a lot of stuff you can do with this. Let me fix that and get this out of here. There we go. Nope, I still wanted to go back to it. Hold on here. Give me a minute, guys. I'm trying to fix this. Good Lord, that thing is annoying. I need to figure out how to actually control that typically. Tried doing that yesterday too, and it's not a fun thing to deal with. It's pretty cool, but it doesn't work exactly like I want it to. Where's Creighton at? Creighton, he was flying through the field. He's getting his lap back though. So, sorry, Kohler was. Kohler's unlapped himself. He's way out front of everybody else behind him. Where's Walker at? Walker is pretty much entering turn 3. Good lord, that man has the lead. I don't know how he got this far out front, but this man has been moving the whole entire time. I mean, he's literally been moving. Here we're on JR Shaldhouse. Trying to get the numbers right. Worrell and Kirker. So we still have a good amount of guys that still need to pit. Now, if they pit, actually, they could split this in one pit. So if these guys go to lap 65, that's going to be one. This will actually be the only pit stop they have to make here. So if they go 5 more laps, these guys will be doing 1 pit stop strategy. Everybody else might be doing 2 pit stops. It'd be just a guessing game between who wants to do what. Who wants to toy with each other's minds. Anyway, what the big question is there. Looks like Wishen's coming down. I think he should be fine to the end. If he's tucking behind people and Jurassic, he'll definitely be fine. I think he'll be good to the end of the race. This pit stop alone. If anything, he might be super, super, super close. I think he should be fine, though. We'll find out eventually. If he's not, well, sucks for him. I'm not driving the car, luckily. He's out in the way. Olsen actually came down pit road, too. I didn't see that. But how long are these guys going to... I think if they stay out 3 more laps, then I know what they're doing. So we'll see if they are. They're not lifting. They're not saving fuel by any means either. If I can have something that traces fuel instead of gearbox here. I might actually need to get that now that I think of it. How long are these guys going to stay out? Getting past, but keep in mind, they're going to have a lot fresher tires than the guys that are doing this 2 pit stop strategy when they come out, but the tires are going to be pretty wore later on when these guys have fresher tires. They're doing the 2 pit stop strategy. I'm thinking, yeah, they're definitely doing 1 pit stop here. Olsen about turned him. Accident. Yeah, this is a 1 pit stop strategy from some of these guys. Somehow this is a 2 pit stop. That's me guessing on the fuel mileage too. I could be completely wrong about fuel. I could be way off on it. And if I'm way off, well, that's going to suck for me. I don't think I am, though. I'm not, very well maybe. Yeah, there goes Dylan Holland down pit road. So he's pulling the split strategy. Wish that I had the option to do this. Oh, he just... Oh, no. Oh, no. He missed his pit stall. He had to go back in reverse. Writing down some notes here. Even if it's a half. I mean, I think this is a half call from some of these guys. That's the only way I can think they're trying to do this race. Now, they're going to lose a lot of time for those guys that were on fresher tires, but they're going to have a lot of fresher tires to kind of hopefully even it out, not take them as long to catch them. Whirls down. Yarnell, Caden, Henry, Oaks. I think Yarnell about spun himself. Keith Smalley. Alpha's down. So, I think actually. Nope. Walker's got through these guys. He's got fresh tires to him. He's just plowing through everybody else. He's been running that high line, too. He's been staying pretty disciplined. In fact, he's not been really moving anywhere else. Kind of like seeing that, too. Staying pretty committed being up there. It's a craft to get up on that high line to run it, because if you miss just once, you're probably going to go straight into that wall. You're not going to have too much of a fun time. Yep, these guys were running dry. McKee, Adams, Carnathan, Anthony, and Brown down pit road now. So this is going to be their only pit stop for this race. Only pit stop. Other guys will be doing 2 pit stops, I believe. So they pitted on lap. These other guys pitted on lap 40. Went about 70 laps. 68, so it's giving them 1. They can go to lap 110. I'd give them that. We're not going to be able to pick up 20 laps of fuel. That's impossible. Unless you run as slow as you can around the whole entire track for about 10 laps. That is just not going to happen. Joe's going to be the last guy, it seems, on track. Yeah, he's the last guy to come down pit road now. That's all the pit stops done for everybody. So we got strategies playing out. 2 stop, 1 stop. Going to be who can really make up the most time, who can hold each other off at the end really much is what's going to be the big question. If you can't, that's not going to be a good time for you at all. See who cycles. Yep, Walker cycles back to lead. Not a surprise. Oh my gosh, he has a 10-second gap to everybody. Oh my, these guys are under a blanket here. He has a 10-second gap to second place. If no caution, keep in mind, I'm saying no caution. It's probably going to get one now that I said that. That doesn't come out. I mean, he very well may have a 20-second gap on everybody else when this race is over. But he is absolutely just cruising through this field. He cruised through it. Now he's just cruising away from him. Man set his cruise control and he's just gone. Does not even care right now. As these guys have now gotten through their pit cycle here, we'll go on our first commercial break. They're probably going to have at least one more left here, but it will be side by side, so you guys will not miss any action at all.
I played a couple of simulators, and this was like very responsive, especially the hydraulics and stuff, the motion and stuff was really, really on point.
Make you feel like you're really driving, it feels real.
It adds so much to the experience. It's just really, really cool.
It was pretty awesome.
Some heroes walk on 4 legs. I'm Jason Johnson, founder of Project K9 Hero. Not every retired police K9 or military working dog has a home to go to in retirement. We strive to ensure no hero is left behind. We cover the medical needs of our program members after their faithful service. Our organization also provides a lifetime sanctuary for many of these heroes who may suffer from PTSD. And whenever possible, we find them a forever home. Visit ProjectK9Hero.org to learn how you can help protect those who protected us.
We are back after a little break there. Did decide to roll some ads that weren't side by side, but yeah, Walker is having fun. And this man is pretty much just got to the point where he's just out in front of everybody else. I don't think anything's in it. Unless he blows through his pit box, I really don't see him getting beat at all. I mean, he's just so far ahead. It's not even a challenge anyone can really put up against him. I will set this camera to go to something that it thinks is exciting. But it'll scan the field here a little bit. Let's look at anybody that may be within no battling distance of each other. It will stay on this camera angle though, but it will again cycle throughout the whole field. Just so we can see what it wants to choose for interesting as Peters is up against that wall. I would not want to be up that close, but push it, see what happens. What can go wrong? Totaling your car is not wrong. Let's see. So who's the freshest tires now? Freshest is Boger, but he's, I think, 1 lap down. See what it cycles through here. He is, if it goes to the bottom. Yeah, he's 1 lap down, so he's, yeah, I don't think he's gonna really have a chance. Next guy on fresher tires is really out towards the front is Lindgren, but Lindgren's not running faster laps than Walker at all. The person who is running faster laps, who just blew the doors off of somebody, oh, Kohler's gone, was Wishing. 32.24. And he only dropped back to 7th place, too. Keep that in mind. He's also catching Kohler here, so Kohler's going to give him a little bit of a draft. So maybe up here a little bit now, we'll start to see his lead going, some guys go down a little bit more. I don't really think it will because he's just so dang far ahead. I mean, it's ridiculous. Been a sweep for this man right now so far. Now he's running into lap traffic. This is where stuff can go bad. He's trying to get around these guys. These guys have actually fresher tires than him, but he's catching them still. Good lord. He's catching these guys, so they're going by him. Sorry. Thought he was catching him. I was about to say, this man's just stupid fast if he was catching them. Those guys are going by him, probably unlapping themselves. I have a feeling it's lighting up bad here real soon. I don't know why, I just have a feeling it will. Lap times. Wishin's continuously faster. He shaved off a second. Now, he has nobody near him right now. Taking it down another second. I don't... I think these guys that pit on lap 40 are going to pit again, though. I think. I keep saying I think because I'm truly not completely sure if they are. They are. Might not play out in timing for them. They'll be pitting right around now, I'd say. If their fuel is like that. I never got to do a full fuel run, so I don't really know completely. How gutsy. Guy's gonna be up front. I don't know what their fuel is though. I really don't. I know it's 100%. And full fuel is about 70 laps. What to do? I actually don't know. I'm trying to figure this out right now in my head. Wishin's still coming, but he's 13 seconds back. He's managed to maintain a gap over JR. JR pit on like 47. Yep, there's somebody. Brendan comes down. I knew it was going to be 2 stops for these guys. So he was one of the... Yep, there it is. Peters comes down, though. So that's surprising. I think Peters was one of the guys that pitted on lap 60-ish. Maybe he just wants the fresh tires to see what he can do. Kind of like, let's just find out what can happen here. What else will happen here? Anybody else gonna come down with them? Clover's off and away. Walker. Yep, there it is. I knew it was 2 stop for these guys. So where is this gonna cycle out for these guys that are coming down pit road? I think see, Walker has such a big lead. I think he'll evidently not go a lap down. He'll be able to catch these guys and get his lap back, but I won't even have to do that to begin with. Just, I don't know how this is going to play out for these guys that need to pit. I think they'll be fine. Again, that's me kind of guessing. Who else is it? Yep, okay. Here's the rest of the guys coming down pit road. I knew they were going to come down pit road. I knew it. So these guys that pitted on lap 60, they're not coming back. Oh, no. Oh, JR just ruined his race. JR misses pit box. Yeah, that's gonna be a heartbreaker for him. So Lindgren will get the lead. So where does Walker come out? So Walker comes out pretty much, I think the last guy on... No, he's not. Yes, the last guy on the lead lap. 30 seconds behind, but he'll be catching him about a second faster each lap. Guys in front of him won't have to pit, however, besides Kirker. I think, yeah, Kirker's gonna have to come down pit road. He pit on lap 47. So Kirker has no other option but to come down pit road. If he stays out, it's not going to end up too well for him. He's probably going to get destroyed. It sucks, but that's the honest truth. That's just tire-wise, not skill-wise, so don't take that the wrong way. Now, if caution comes out, this is going to really mess with a lot of people. There's some good cars that are a lap down. JR didn't lose that much time, but he did lose some position, so he's not going to be too happy with himself. '71 has some damage on that car. I just noticed that. Left front, he's got some. I don't know how he got that. Contact with somebody, it had to be. You see it there when he drives by. I saw the front end's pretty much crinkled in. Probably hurting his turn. Well, not hurting his turn because it's left front. Well, we actually might want to burn off that tire more than anything else. I don't think that'd be hurting him too much. I think. That's me guessing. Probably wrong, but might as well. We'll go on board here with pretty much the top 10 once we get to lap 100 here, because I really want to. I think they'll come down pit road though. I think somebody's going to come down pit road. Yeah, Walker's about a second faster, 24 seconds behind, but he has more than 30 laps to do it. He's just going to keep gaining positions. Olsen can't do that. Hauf can't do that. Holland can't make it to the end either. Kirker still needs to come down pit road. He's actually surprisingly hanging semi with these guys that are on newer tires. Surprisingly, I don't know how he is, but he is. He's doing it one way or another. Here a little bit. See, yeah, everybody's pretty much just cycled out with each other. I think these guys up front are hoping for a caution. That'll get them all on equal pit cycles. But the way it's been ran, I don't see. These guys have been pretty steady where they've been running to, especially. Nobody's really been about to clean themselves out the whole entire race. It's just been everybody's running the high line. Yep, Lindgren comes down. Kirker comes down. I knew Kirker had to come down. He had no other option but to come down pit road. How long can Wishon hold on to this lead? It's not going to remain. Actually, take that back. It's actually going to be close when Walker catches him. It depends how fast Walker gets through these guys in front of him, if he can get the draft from him, because he's. He's getting his second that lap. Actually, I don't know. It's going to be close, I think. If he gets held up at all, that's going to mess with him a lot. We will go on board with these top 10 guys currently right now. You can still be able to see the lap times here, but we can go cockpit view. I just realized I had my mic muted there. Sorry about that, y'all. I don't know how long I was muted for. That was my bad. I was probably talking for about the last 10 laps there. That was, again, completely my fault. What I was talking about, though, Walker's he's just so far ahead at this point. I don't think he's got really any challenge to face at all. How long was I muted for? Okay, it looks like it was only... the last 5 minutes. Okay, good. That is completely my fault, y'all. I did not realize that. I don't know why. I muted it, yeah, during their in-car sessions. That's my bad. Completely my fault there. I don't know how I didn't notice that. I looked over and I was like, oh, wait. That's gray. I had muted it. Have all my audio split up, as that's not what anybody wants to see there. Especially Walker. He does not want to see that at all. He's actually got to get on it here a little bit. It's going to be 5 laps to go. If Worrell blocks, he might actually be able to hold off Walker here, but Walker has that fresh tire, so he can go where Worrell can't. Worrell, he started 10th. He's had a good race overall. Shouthouse started, I think, 20th. He's up 17 positions. Some guys have had good races. Some guys have had bad races. Joseph's had a bad race. He's back 18 positions in 21st right now. I'm actually not sure if Walker can catch him now. Gonna get it within a second here, but he's not gaining as fast as I thought he would. Worrell might have been saving just a little bit of tire, and he's decided to turn it up now. Walker's probably not gonna be happy with that. Oh, this is gonna be close. How hard can Worrell drive for 4 laps now is the big question mark. Second lead, but he has 25 lap older tires. This might actually be a close. Now, if Thomas can get within 6/10, he's going to pick up the draft, but he's not picking up a lot of speed for a lot of time here. He was only about 1/10 and a half faster that lap. I know he's going to be pushing this car as hard as it can go. 3 laps left here. Chris Worrell, can he steal one from Walker Thomas, who's been the dominant car the whole entire day based off of pit strategy? Does Worrell have fuel to the end is one big question I have, too. And if he steals this from Walker, Walker's going to be absolutely furious. He's almost within the draft, though. But I know Worrell, he is pushing hard now. You see that wheel? He is loose. That wheel is moving around in the corner. Oh, no. This is going to be close. Looks like it won't turn like he needs it to. Now you can see, look at who's lurking now. Walker, he's less than half a second behind him. He's got to get a run now. Walker, he actually has to go get the lead from somebody. He's had it the whole entire day. Oh, my Lord. This is going to be close. A white flag is in the air one more time around. Can Worrell hold off Walker Thomas here and steal a win? Worrell is going to be driving his heart out here, but Walker going to cut down the gap a little bit more within 2/10. If Walker can't get within 1/10 and a half, it will be Worrell's win here. It looks like he won't be able to do it. Walker going to go to the very bottom of the track, though. He's going to try to get side by side with Worrell there, and he will not be able to do it. He's going to get to the bumper of him, though. Side by side down to the finish line, and it's going to be Chris Worrell who steals it from Walker Thomas. Oh, my Lord. Wow. I thought Walker was going to catch him. Well, he stole that win. So Chris Worrell comes home with the win here at Kansas. Oh my lord. I did not expect that, but okay. Pit strategy works out for him. Would never have thought that, but it did. All right. Ask for these guys in here. You get, that's qualifying results there. I keep doing that on accident. So let me get Child House in here too. Let me ask for a shot. There he is. Okay, he's already in there now. All right, let me hop in here and let me bring in David Childhouse, the third place driver. Hey, David, this is Bryson Booth. Got a copy, man?
Yeah, Bryce, gotcha.
And so you move up a lot of positions from where you qualified. You know, how did the race go for you overall, though? Because it seems like you had a pretty strong car and moving up 17 positions from 20th.
I was just telling my chat here, if I ever start up front in one of these races, I might win a couple of them. I seem to like to put myself in a position where I have to pass a lot of cars and do a lot of recovery driving just to get back up to the front. But it's kind of fun. I'm just, I'm pleased with a third. The 2-stop versus the 1-stop was really an interesting thing to watch here tonight. I think on paper and in practice, the 2-stopper was faster. I know I held the 12 up there for a couple of laps. If not for that, he probably passes the 6. But that's something I love about this league. We get long green flag runs or all green runs. You get tire strategy, fuel strategy. It's great. So to finish third after starting 20th, I feel good about that.
And so, did you expect the whole race to go green? Because that was 130 laps green there. And there were guys that were doing different pit strategies. And you were on the, looks like, did you pit twice or 3 times?
I pitted
I
once.
was going to say, yeah, it was one pit stop. How did that change the race? Because there were some guys that had 2, some guys had 3. And the guy who won the race had he
was on the same stop as me. We were on the same strategy. Yeah, that was sort of what I was wondering, as the run went on. The first run was if I was going to 1-stop, could we make it to lap 65? Because that's, obviously that's the magic number. And it was close. I pitted on 64. If I had pitted on 65, I probably wouldn't have had to save as much fuel as I did in the second run, which ultimately cost me a lot of time compared to the 6. So I didn't do a good job saving fuel in that first run. But if you're going to do the 2-stop, you really needed to pit around the time that the 12 did to break it up into third. So I sort of punted on the 2-stop strategy. I thought with the way the tire wear was and the way this track works, 1-stop might have been better. Looking at the time delta of the lap times we were running towards the end of the run versus the start of the run, it ended up being pretty close. But I'm not surprised that we go green in these races. This league has done it before multiple times this season, and that's a credit to everybody who runs here and to the administrative staff for putting a really good league together. So to be a part of that and again, to go up 17 spots when you battle that hard with that many people, you feel good about it.
Yeah, it definitely is rare to see. Most leagues kind of become cautions fest. I mean, this league is not untalented either. I mean, I think the lowest IR is like a 2,500. I mean, you guys have a lot of talent here. But before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank, any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, big thank you to everyone that helps us, and supports us. Heartbeat Hot Sauce, Keen Parts, everybody at Alpha Prime Racing, and everyone at twitch.tv/Shieldhouse. The children got themselves another wonderful show tonight. They enjoyed it. They were really, really into it. They enjoy watching this league. And a big thank you to Thrustmaster Next Level Racing for providing me with all the great equipment that I get to use when I sit down to do this. A win's coming, Bryce. I'm telling you, I'm going to get a win in this damn league. Come hell or high water, it's going to happen. I got to figure out qualifying. I'm telling you, if I could start up front in one of these races, I like my chances a lot more. We know we can get up here, but if I don't have to pass 40 cars a race, I feel like it'd probably be a little bit easier. But we'll recoup, and we'll get back after next week.
All right, man. Well, I will let you go. Good luck next week, team, man. Good run tonight, though.
I appreciate it, Bryce. Thank you.
That was David Shothouse. Kind of like me. You can't qualify worth a living crap, but can run a race. Really good. It's really what that follows into is you get to the point where you're so consistent at a certain speed that you're not so used to pushing that car ridiculously hard. You strive for more of repetition, lap times, not falling off as much as other people. It's probably what he's fallen into, like I have. You just get so used to being consistent that you're just not used to really giving that car all it has for that one lap of qualifying. So if you can figure that out, he's going to be a guy to watch. I mean, he's definitely fast for sure. But we will bring in the second place driver in Walker Thomas. Hey, Walker, this is Bryce in the booth. Got a copy, man?
I gotcha.
Man, so you led almost that whole entire race, and you fall a little bit short there at the end. You know, what do you think happened there? Were you just not able to get through traffic like you needed to, or is just you didn't have enough time to get him there?
A little combination of both. I mean, Chris had good pace and played the one-stop strategy, and ultimately that worked out pretty good. I had good pace, but you always have to change your lines when you're going around lap cars, and David and Colin both were running good there at the end, so it was tough to get past them. So all in all, it's a good day. It's a good day.
I mean, it was definitely. I really thought you were going to catch him at the end. I mean, you were within, I think, 2/10. Yeah, actually, you were at less than a tenth behind him. I mean, you really sent it into turn 4. I was like, there is no way this man's not going to do that. But how was the car handling the whole entire night? Because you were really one of the only guys that were staying up closer to the wall than everybody else.
Yeah, the setup was really, really tight. When you got to corner exit, it would be a little loose here and there. But for me, at least, I just felt way more comfortable just keeping the momentum up in the high lane. It probably wasn't as good as my tires or on my tires. But in the end of the day, I had the pace to kind of make it work. So that's just what I ended up sticking with.
Yeah, that's honestly what I would have done. I mean, you just find a place that you like to go. I mean, you were definitely running that very, very well. I mean, it's just that pit strategy, but how did that pit strategy play into the race here tonight? Because you had some guys on 2, some guys on 3. How did that work out for the whole field from your point of view?
Yeah, I was actually just talking to Chris. Chris is my teammate, so we were in Discord the whole race together. And he started more mid-pack, and with me starting on pole, my mindset just doesn't say to save. So for me, that was always a 2-stop strategy. We'd go about 60, right on the money, about 65 laps on the field full tank. So for me, being up front, I figured I'd just go and kind of push it, and that was what I rolled with. But unfortunately, Chris made the perfect call starting mid-pack and doing the one stop, and he made it work.
Yeah, and just fell just a little bit short. But before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank, any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, definitely want to thank Under Pressure for hopping on board and broadcasting this season. Really appreciate them doing that. It's really cool. Shout out to Nate Yarnell for throwing up some extra money tonight. It's his home track, so he wanted to put on a good show, and I hope he did. And I want to thank my Balls Out racing team, all the guys in that Discord, always helping each other out. And most importantly, want to say a good job to Chris, and congrats on that win.
All right, and well, I will let you go. Good second place finish tonight, even though you fell a little bit short. Nothing to be too mad at yourself for, but good luck next week, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Walker Thomas, a second place driver. Pit strategy, I think, is really what did it to him. Probably some lap cars that were not too nice to him that I didn't catch. It really is a big factor. Lap cars, you wouldn't think it, but he probably caught some in the wrong spot, and that very well may be what held him from the win. He did mention Nathan Yarnell was throwing up something. So for this race here, every lap you led was 25 cents is what he did. So he's still going to come home with a good amount of cash. Walker Thomas will. But we will bring in the race winner and Chris Worrell. Hey, Chris, this is Bryson Booth. Got a copy, man?
Hey, what's up, Bryce?
Man, so you hold off Walker Thomas there at the very end of the race. And what was going through your mind knowing that Walker was coming for you there?
Just a bunch of nonsense from my teammates, just talking about anything between the movie Tombstone, to True Grit to just saying the most disgusting thing about noodles, but that's Marcus for you. But yeah, they were trying to throw me off my game, and almost did. Thankfully, I was able to stay in front of Walker there. But yeah, got the win. Got lucky.
Yeah, sometimes you have some teammates, you're like, what are you saying at this point? But, you know, how did the pit strategy play into this race? Because you were a one-stop person. Some guys were two stops the whole entire race. You know, so how did that play out here?
Well, it would have been good. I think I'd have had Walker by another 2.5 seconds. But Joseph, the new guy, called out. He was going in the pits, and I just wasn't used to his voice, and I stayed right behind him, ended up running in the back of him, and lost a good 2 seconds to David and Colin there. So that made it a lot closer than I wanted it to be. But thankfully, I was out far enough to be able to get there. But yeah, the one-stop strat seemed perfect. I ran out of fuel when I was doing my little burnout there, so it worked out great.
It's definitely. I mean, I was surprised but when I started looking with about 18, I thought he was going to catch you. Then I started looking, I was like, he's actually kind of not really going as much. So did you start to save there at the end? And when you realized he was within a certain distance, you just started to just pretty much give it all you had there?
Yeah, I did. There was about 2 or 3 laps where I was clutching it just to make sure I could get to the end. And then I realized when, I had to just take off, I just started running the top trying to get some, extra time out of the laps. But I'm glad I did that, because if I didn't, I don't think I'd be here talking to you right now. So it was pretty close. Walker was right on me there at the line. So, but yeah, I just changed up my line, tried to run as hard as I could there this last 5 laps. And thankfully I was far enough out ahead where I was able to edge him out there.
Yeah, definitely close at the line. But before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank, any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, sure. My buddy James Lowe built a fast car for me. Thank you for putting on the broadcast. Ryan.
You may have cut out here. Chris, I think you might have cut out there. Yeah, I believe he's cut out. Oh, no. That's not good for him.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, now you're back. I was going to say you cut out there.
I don't know where I cut out, but yeah, just my teammate, all the admins, everybody put on the race, you for doing the broadcast, and that's it.
All right, man. Well, I will let you go. Good win here tonight, man. Hopefully I'll see you in Victory Lane next week.
Thank you. Yeah, I hope so. Hope to talk to you then, man. Take care.
It's Chris World, the race winner. Next week, we're going back to one of my favorite tracks, Darlington. Oh, I love getting up on that wall. It's so fun. I just love Darlington with everything in me. But I'll go over the finishing order here now. So Chris World steals it from Walker Thomas, who comes home second. David Childhouse third. Colin Fern fourth. Zach Lindgren fifth. Sixth, James McKee. Seventh, Jared Wishon. Eighth, Stan Carnathan. Ninth, Aiden Kirker. 10th, Marcus Adams. 11th, Brian Jones. 12th, Brendan Kohler. 13th, Caden Henry Oaks. 14th, Nathan Yarnell. 15th, Jeremy Brown. 16th, Roberto Ramirez. 17th, Jordan Weaver. 18th, J.R. Houston. 19th, Michael Anthony. 20th, Joseph Grijalva. 21st, John Creighton. 22nd, Brad Peters. 23rd, Dylan Holland. 24th, Brandon Half. 25th, John Bogert. 26th, Darren Ingram. 27th, Keith Smalley. 28th, Nick Olson. 29th, Gavin Hibbins. Race control is the last person there, so he does not count as a driver on the course, but pit strategy played a huge factor into this. Probably the biggest factor into it is Walker wasn't able to get him there at the very end, but he was ever so close to doing it. Just a couple lap cars is probably what held him up there. But tomorrow I will be streaming the Ghost Cup Series if y'all want to tune into that. But I will roll this animation and I will let y'all go.